sure there were no messages for me?
Well, I can check again for you if you'd like.
No, it's all right. You can get rid of the other place setting, too. I'll be dining alone today. On second thought, why don't you leave it? You never know who might drop in.
Okay, very good.
Small world. Too small.
Is it just you for lunch today, Mr. Lockridge?
Yes, it is, Robert. Too solo, I'm afraid.
Robert, excuse me, can I talk to you for a moment?
Sure.
Would you please tell Mr. Lockridge that his blue suit is ready to be picked up from the cleaners, but he can run to the streets naked for all I care?
Mr. Lockridge, Mrs. Lockridge has asked me to tell
I
you
heard.
that
What's the special?
the special today is a superb grilled ahi tuna, dressed in orange marinade and served over a bed of mixed baby greens.
Baby greens. That sounds wonderful. In fact, anything sounds wonderful, except that which she is eating.
And it's only my second lesson.
Well, you're gonna be playing double-fisted before you know it.
Thanks to you.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but once you learn roll out the barrel, then my repertoire is gonna be pretty much exhausted. And you're gonna have to get yourself a new teacher.
Nonsense. You play beautifully. Besides, you're the only one I can trust to keep these lessons a surprise from my father. And I don't want him to suspect a thing until I can play Clair de Lune for him from memory.
Well, you know, speaking of a surprise, didn't you say you had one for me?
First, I want to ask you something.
Okay.
If you could wish for anything in the world, anything, what would it be?
Well, it's easy. You.
Aside from me, what's the closest thing to your heart?
I don't know. Give me a hint.
Well, let's see. In the olden days, it used to be referred to as fisticuffs. And some of its 20th century champions include Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali.
Well, when did you become such an expert on boxing?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe when I fell in love with a boxer. Here, put him up.
Maybe Mom and Cruz were out on a stakeout or something.
If they were out on police business, they would have checked in by now, and there's nothing on the books.
Is there any word on Cruz?
Up to the minute zip. Same code for Jody.
Well, I don't understand why everybody's making such a big deal out of this. There could be 100 reasons why we haven't heard anything from them yet. And we don't even know that they're together.
Cruz told me last night that he'd call me if he couldn't make it out to the beach house, and I haven't heard a word from him.
Still no reason for anyone to have a panic attack. I'll see if I can track down Sawyer, see if he's heard anything from Mom.
No word from Jody at all?
Word? Yeah, I got the word, Kel. Jody checked out of her room. Cruz's Jeep is in the hotel parking lot, and Jody's car's gone. They're together, Kel. So if you're looking for a word, try history, because it applies to you and me.
What time is it?
It's getting close to noon. Thought you were supposed to be catching some Z's.
I can't sleep. Because every time I close my eyes, I see Frank reaching out for B Jay. He was smart to put us in here.
Yeah, why is that?
Because the minute I told Reese that good old Uncle Frank had been molesting our daughter from the time she was 10, he'd break his neck in two. And I'd do the same thing if I had half the chance.
For what it's worth, both of these doors are double reinforced steel, so we won't be leaving the way we came in.
If we could just get up to the window.
What?
If we could just get to the window,
Yeah.
we could maybe punch out the glass.
Yeah, you can punch out the glass, but you still
Just,
can't
would you
get to
just
the...
come and give me a boost up, please?
You got it.
I mean, I can get through there. If we can get the glass out, then I'm sure that I can squeeze through there. Okay. Get a little higher. Just get me up a little higher.
It's okay.
I gotta get out of here. I've gotta get out of here because my little girl needs me.
She's gonna be all right. Just keep control and we will get out of here. We're gonna get out of here.
No, we're not, because Frank is not going to let us out of here. His filthy secret is going to die with us, Cruz.
Nobody's gonna die. Nobody's gonna die. You know, he can't keep us locked up in this place forever.
It's not gonna make any difference what he does. This place is scheduled for demolition, Cruz. I read it in the papers. Frank knew exactly what he was doing bringing us here. We're two lambs to the slaughter. I'm not exiting this lifetime a prime cut spread across 3 city blocks, and I'm not leaving B Jay in the hands of that creep.
Can't believe I didn't bust him when I had a chance, Joe, but he talked me into this song and dance about he was gonna own up.
Cruz, wait. I mean, you don't think he's gonna go after B Jay because he knows she talked to you?
No.
I mean, that's not...
No, it's not. Frank Goodman fits the standard psychiatric profile of a child molester to a T. He justifies his actions because he's convinced himself that he's in love with her, so he's not gonna hurt her in any conventional sense.
I mean, do you think that somehow I knew, but then I didn't know?
No. If you'd have known on any level, you'd have stopped it, right?
I just pray to God B Jay tells Reese. Because if she does, that'll lead him here, and if he doesn't come here, then he's gonna get to Frank. I know he will.
Even if she doesn't tell him, Joe, I'm sure that Kelly will figure out that something is wrong. If I know her, she's probably rounding up the posse.
Yeah, or lynch mob if Reese has his say. Because he's gonna think that it's not a coincidence, you and me disappearing at the same time. Right?
Am I the only one in this room that believes there might be an alternative explanation to this whole thing?
Captain, we got a fix on Detective Walker's vehicle.
All right.
Found it. Parked down at one of those big car barns at LA International.
All right, check all the airline departing flight schedules within the past 18 hours. See if Jody's name appears on any passenger list, okay?
What about Cruz?
What about him?
Well, it's likely that they're traveling together, isn't it?
Instead of assuming the worst, why aren't his friends out there trying to prevent it from happening?
No. We got him now, okay? If Cruz and Jody want to be found, or if they don't want to be found, it's just a matter of time before we track them down.
I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you alone.
A little later?
It's fine a little later, but it's very important, okay? How about at the Oasis bar?
Fine. BJ, honey, I'm sorry you had to hear all that.
Yeah, me too.
Listen, why don't you have Frank drive you home? I'll call you as soon as we hear from Mom.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too, sweetie.
I got my car.
Forget it, I'll
Hey,
walk.
BJ, hey. I just want to say to you, if you need to talk, anything, I'm here for you. And for whatever it's worth, I'm really concerned about Cruz and Jody.
I just bet you are, Uncle Frank.
What is this? I mean, there's $3,000 here.
Surprise.
For what?
I called that fight trainer, Danny Guerra, and I asked him how much it would cost to, you know, coach you for boxing.
Oh, Aurora, I don't know what to say. This is a lot, and I can't take your money.
Of course you can. What else do I have to spend it on?
What if you want? On yourself, not me. Besides, people are gonna get the wrong idea.
They're gonna think that you're after me for my money? Sawyer, in the first place, you fell in love with me before I was even an heiress, remember? And in the second place, no. Make that the first place. I love you, Sawyer. And you love boxing, so please take the money.
Mr. Lockridge, there's a phone call for you, but unfortunately our cellular phone is out. Do you mind taking it at the bar?
Not at all. Need a change of scenery anyway. Thanks.
What's this?
Roughage.
I need the ticket to claim my suit. Unless you've sold the suit out to CC too. Oh, Rob, excuse me. Can I take a look at that? Mr. Lockridge is very fussy about the way his food is presented.
Well,
what do you think, I'm going to poison him or something? Set it down.
Of course not. Will that be all?
Oh, you can get my bill. On second thought, give it to Mr. Lockridge and give yourself a nice, healthy tip while you're at it.
How healthy, ma'am?
Healthy enough to make him sick. Enjoy your lunch.
So what'd you find out about the passenger list?
Nothing yet. But I assume I'm here so you can chew me out for being one overly suspicious jerk.
I want to talk to you about Frank.
Frank? What about him?
How well do you really know him?
I know him like the back of my hand, Cal. Why?
I told you Cruz doesn't like him. He has a really funny feeling about him, and I do too.
Come on, Kelly, you hardly know the guy. As for Cruz, why would I even consider the opinions of a guy who just ran off with my wife?
You really believe that? You're gonna tell me deep down you really believe that?
Okay, give me some evidence to prove otherwise.
I can give you plenty. Cruz loves me. You need more? How about the fact that your wife has stuck by you for 20 years through better or worse? You think she's gonna walk away from you like this? She wouldn't do it.
What is your deal? When did you suddenly become this expert on human nature, huh? Jody's okay, Frank's not so hot. Well, let me tell you something. Frank didn't turn my life upside down and then run out on me. And Frank didn't promise to tell me the truth and then lie in my face. No, that was Jody's prerogative. If you're having a little trouble telling the difference between the black hats and the white hats here, maybe you're colorblind.
Maybe you're the one who's having problems seeing things clearly, Reese. You have projected your fears on the future, and now you believe it's real. Look, maybe Jody was afraid to tell you the truth because she didn't think that you trusted her enough to know the difference between what is true and what is important. What is true is that Jody loves you and Cruz loves me. And the important thing is that they could be in serious trouble. You mean to tell me that that has not crossed your mind once?
Look,
since this whole thing started, you're gonna tell me that?
If Jody and Cruz are in trouble, they found it themselves. They can just get out of it themselves.
You are one cold son of a... Okay. Okay, you sit here, you wallow in self-pity. You feel sorry for yourself. I'm gonna figure out what happened to Jody and Cruz. Last chance.
Oh, Ken, you're early.
Morning.
I like that. Cece, would you excuse us?
Yeah, I will. After I have a word with you in private.
Sure. I'll wait outside.
Okay.
What is he doing here?
I hired him. We had a deal, remember?
No. What is he doing here in town? He's supposed to be on a slow boat to Singapore or someplace.
Oh, Cece, give me a little credit. I just hired him 5 minutes ago. I can't send him off in packing. I have to use a little finesse.
You are not reassuring me.
Don't worry. I will handle my end of the deal. What about yours?
Custody papers are being drawn up. Will be in your desk by the end of business day today.
Great.
So, you got what you want? You and, Lionel have custody of Channing?
And I will get Ken out of Sophia's life and therefore out of your gray hair.
Prematurely gray hair. You've got Channing. Why the hell aren't you happy?
Oh, I'm happy. I'm delirious.
Judging by the expression on your face, I guess I'll have to take your word for it. But if you're having second thoughts about Lionel adopting our son, I will be glad to call the whole deal off right now.
I'm not having second thoughts about Lionel adopting Channing. It's just a post-wedding jitters. Ever had those feelings?
Yeah, both times I married you.
See? Look how well we turned out.
Oh, God, Gina, you're a piece of work.
Everybody's a critic.
It is almost a pleasure doing business with you.
Don't get all misty on me, Cece. Ken's just outside the door.
Let's get to it.
It'll be like old times.
Ladies first.
How dare you redline my expense account?
A manicure is not on an expense account.
Oh, really? Oh, I think it is. Ever since Nixon said that ketchup was a vegetable. You put him in office, you put me in office, suffer with the fallout.
Gina, read my lips. A manicure is not deductible. You want her, you got her.
Sorry, I obviously walked in on something.
No, that's just par for the course with me and Cece.
Gina, look, if hiring me is going to cause some problems with Cece, we can do a deal or something.
Oh, don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. It's always like this. Well, I see from your resume that you've spent a lot of time in the Orient with that chain of health facilities.
That's right. Our headquarters was in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Should be far enough.
I beg your pardon?
I said, fair enough. I was planning on farming some of our manufacturing out in order to keep labor costs down. So I guess there's just one question. Is your passport up to date?
How do I turn down such a generous gift without hurting your feelings? Aurora, I can't take your money.
All right, then I'll just take the $3,000 and I'll invest it.
Good.
In you. If you won't hire Danny Guerra, I will. So I want you in a fighting trim when he reports here tomorrow morning for your first official workout. Do you understand?
You know what you just did, don't you? See, you led with your left and then you took me out with your right. It's a good technique. It's called feinting.
I didn't spend all those years reading Jane Austen for nothing.
I'm interrupting. Biddy the maid said it was all right if I came back.
Hey, BJ.
Hi, BJ. You just came in perfect timing to switch places with me. I'm going to go make a phone call.
You still don't look so hot.
Funny, I don't feel so hot.
Then talk to me, BJ.
I guess there isn't any easy way to say this. Mom and Cruz are missing.
You know what I want?
What's that?
I want a cherry Coke with lots of chipped ice. And a snow cone with all 5 flavors.
I want to give BJ $1 for the ice cream truck, and I want to watch out the window while he whoops and hollers with the rest of the kids. I want her childhood back, Cruz. I want what Frank stole.
How touchy. Very sweet, really. I wish I had a camera to take a picture back to Reese. Celebrate the moments of your life.
She taken?
No, it doesn't appear to be, but I am meeting Ken later for a late lunch.
How about if I fend off persistent admirers until he gets here?
Fend away.
Thank you. Word is around the water cooler that Gina has tricked your Ken Mathis into working for her. Or doesn't he know any better?
Oh, I think ignorance is the better part of valor as far as Gina is concerned.
Huh.
And I think Ken can handle anything she dishes out.
Better men have failed.
Yeah, I know that. But there's always a first time.
True. Like me admitting that I might have jumped the gun, thinking that Ken was a gigolo in hot pursuit of your fame and your fortune.
Always a very flattering assumption to make about a woman.
So I was wrong. So sue me. So take me for everything I've got.
I do.
All I care about is your happiness anyway. You know that, don't you?
I know a lot about you. And I know when you're this magnanimous, you're usually up to something.
I am up to something. I'm up to here with any man who thinks that he's good enough for you. Any man except me.
And Ken?
He has promise. He's got you, I can see that. He must be doing something right. Maybe I should take a few lessons.
Maybe you should.
Okay, what do you mean missing?
Gone. Disappeared. Dad thinks Mom and Cruz have run away together.
And what a crock. BJ, Mom and Cruz are on the same task force. If Dad's reading any romance into this, it's because he kicked Mom out of the house and he wants her to take the blame. All right, how long have they been gone?
Since yesterday.
BJ, Mom has been on stakeouts a lot longer than that, and so has Dad. Let's just cool our jets before we file on missing persons.
Sawyer, did you ever hear anything about Mom and Cruz being together in high school?
Have you?
Well, Frank said something about them being a hot and heavy item back then.
BJ, let me tell you a little secret. I once kissed Lorraine Miller in the audiovisual supply room in the 5th grade, and we're not about to elope. Look, Mom loves Dad. You know that as well as I do, and she would never cheat on him. Now, look, she's probably gonna come dragging in here with some war story about the stakeout she's been on. She's gonna be tired, and she's gonna be spitting bricks when she finds out what this whole fuss has been about. Look, sis, Mom and Dad are gonna make up, okay? Just like they always do, and they're gonna turn up the radio really loud and announce to the world that they're back together for the umpteenth time.
That's what I was hoping you'd say.
We'll write it down for future reference. Mom and Dad love each other. Look, I know you and I have a hard time understanding that sometimes, but we can always count on it.
I can always count on you to say the right things.
You got that right.
We wouldn't want people getting the wrong idea about Cruz and me now, would we, Frank?
Only if it serves my purpose, which it does very well.
Listen,
What do you say, cop? Let me tell you something. If you take one more step, if you even open your mouth, I swear to God, I'll blow her away. And I think I'll even enjoy it. Now turn around. Turn around. Turn around! Put your hands on your head and don't move.
Do as he says, Cruz.
This is between me and Jody. That's a good boy. Now you There, good. Now, you and I are gonna talk.
What do you want to talk about, Frank? No, wait. Why don't you answer a question for me?
Okay. Anything you want to know.
How many other unsuspecting victims aside from B Jay have you lured into your life?
Now, you see, you think you really know me, but you don't. You see, B Jay's my one and only. She's the love of my life. I cherish her more than you do.
Do you hear the words that are coming out of your mouth? Does that sound normal to you?
Yeah, it does. So don't tell me I'm crazy or insane, okay? Maybe I'm misunderstood. Just like Romeo and Juliet.
You are not any Romeo, Frank.
Let me tell you something. What BJ and I shared, share, is something very special, very sacred. You know why she came to me when she was real young? It's because she saw in me a kindred spirit. She knew that I would understand her through and through.
She was 10 years old, Frank! Do you hear how sick you are?
Hey, you're only saying that because you don't understand how it was between us.
No. When I think about you and BJ, you know what I see? I see a pathetic, perverted man. A man who molested my 10-year-old daughter and made her feel dirty and ashamed and isolated from the rest of the world. You brought BJ down with you, Frank. You stole her innocence as if you had a right to it, as if you were entitled to it. Damn you, Frank. Damn you to hell. But I'm sure it's nothing worse than the hell BJ experienced. Just tell me something, Frank. Just tell me. How can I ever repay you for everything you've done to my daughter?
Shut up! Okay, shut up! Shut up! Enough.
West. Permission to speak, sir.
Okay, talk.
Rumor has it this building is scheduled to be demolished in the immediate future. Jody and I are gonna be here for that.
You got that right. You know street talk, don't you? Conoces las palabras de la calle, Castillo? Heard of a twofer? When this building comes tumbling down, guess what happens to you guys?
I was thinking maybe you might want to let Jody go.
Well, you know, I thought about that, but it's your fault. Your fault, because you poisoned her mind against me.
And have you thought about what Reese is going to do to you, Frank, if you follow through on this?
Reese, oh yeah? Who's gonna tell him? You! Huh? Or you? Even as we speak, good old boy Reese is probably drinking his sorrows because someone led him to believe that his wife of 20 years ran away with his oldest friend. Now, did you hear me, Cruz? I said oldest, not best. That's for me now. I'm the best friend. And forever, I'll console him to the best I can. Okay, you got that, Jody? I won't let you down. Now, as for BJ, I'll do anything in the world for her, anything. And anyone who doubts that is wrong. Dead wrong. You got that?
Well, what did I miss?
I think the sound you're hearing is Cece turning over a new leaf. No, could it be true? It's hard to believe, but I think he's starting to realize that we are more than just casual acquaintances.
Well, then we have a lot to celebrate, because as of tomorrow, Ken Mathis will be a card-carrying executive for Gina Jeans.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Really?
yes.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I think, Gina hitting the fashion world is like military intelligence. It's two diametrically opposed concepts coming at each other head on. Sense. Oh, no. I should have ordered the champagne for you. It's your celebration.
I didn't. You didn't order this?
It's from the gentleman over there.
Well, they say everything comes in threes. I've got you. I've got a new job. It looks as though we've got Cece's blessing for the moment. So, I suggest that we drink this champagne before my luck runs out.
And before it goes flat.
How did you get in here? Who cleared you?
Lily. I still have a few friends in high places.
Well, you might as well turn around and walk out. We have nothing to discuss.
Well, I have something to discuss with you. And you're gonna listen.
How dare you come in here and give me orders, Lionel?
Gina, let's stop playing games, huh? Now, you and I have both been toe-to-toe enough with Cece Capwell to know that you can trust him as far as you can throw him. Now, come on. Whatever bargain you have struck with him, you've struck with the devil. And there's no way in the world he'll ever keep an agreement with you. And when it comes to money, forget it. You won't see a penny of it, not one red cent.
You really feel that's what it's about, Lionel? Money? You don't think very much of me at all, do you?
That's not true.
Isn't it?
No.
Remember the day you gave me this engagement ring? You told me to look into your eyes and tell you what I saw. I saw that I was special to you, that I was of some value. I saw myself as I thought you saw me. And I saw past a day, through tomorrow, a future, happiness. Ask me what I see when I look at you now. I see shame, distrust. Of all the people who I thought would think ill of me, I never thought you would be one of them, Lionel.
Gina! You can walk out if you want. But let me ask you one question first. What did you promise, Cece?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
Try me.
I promised someone a job, Lionel. I told you it was just about a job.
This is where we say our goodbyes. Where I leave the two of you to love among the ruins. And where I contemplate my future with B Jay. Free! From your bourgeois small-mindedness and sordid accusations. But before I go, there's one thing I want you to do. One last official act. I need you guys to write a letter. You to Kelly, and you to Reese. Okay? Hey! Get him up. Please don't tempt me. Now, I don't care what your individual wording is, but the essence should read like this. Dearest Reese, dearest Kelly, by the time you read this, we should be long gone. Together, forever, the way it was meant to be. Then sign it.
Where's Gina?
I don't know. She went out.
All right. Suppose you and I handle this business thing ourselves anyway. Here. You, take a look at this. You two eyeball this. Let me know if you get any changes.
Changes? Changes to what?
A custody agreement.
Channing?
No, I'm giving Mason away. Of course it's Channing. Per your request, per Gina's request. I assume she told you since we worked out all the details.
Of course. Of course she told me. I thought you were against the custody agreement, and what made you change your mind?
Your wife is a very persuasive woman, as I'm sure you've already found out. She had something I wanted, and vice versa. So we worked out an amicable agreement. Doesn't mean that lightning will strike twice. You're not my new best friend. And, I want Channing to call me Dad. And I will see him. Visitation rights, holidays, vacations.
Naturally.
Naturally? That's all you have to say? You're a father now. Doesn't this mean anything to you?
Of course. It means the world. The whole world. Have you got any, words of advice as I'm about to embark on this paternal journey?
Yes, I would like you to treat my son like you would your own. I'm sure he'll be all right.
Yeah, Cece. Thanks. I'll remember that.
Hi. May I talk to you for a minute, BJ?
I think that you and Dad have said everything there is to say about Mom and Cruz. Could we plan the post-mortem for another time?
Actually, I didn't come here to talk about them. Although it does involve Cruz, kind of indirectly. Can I sit down?
Sure.
Oh, boy, how are you? I talked to Cruz, and I know what happened to you when you were a little girl, BJ. He told me that you'd been sexually abused. And I know that he spoke with you about that at great length.
Great, and then he ran home to tell you? Great, why keep it a secret? Why not take an ad out in the paper? I'll tell Slim to do a mock-up.
I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't come here to cause you more pain. I don't want to hurt you. And I'm sorry that I can't be more delicate about this, but I don't have enough time to be delicate with you. I have to have the answer to a question. And there's a lot riding on it. The man who abused you.
What about him?
Was it Frank Goodman?
Jody. Right! I've never known you to be at a loss for words.
I signed, and I might as well be dead.
Hey, you gotta be dead anyway. Isn't it kinder for Reese to know that you and Cruz are gonna be living happily ever after?
It is thoughtful of you, Frank. But I will not do that to Kelly. Or to Reese, for that matter. So you might as well put a bullet through me right here and now.
Okay. Keep tempting me. Because you know what? I don't care how you die. But think about your sweetheart here, Jody. All alone, waiting for the wrecking crew. Ants and flies. Starting to make a picnic on your leftovers.
You won't
pull the trigger.
Try me! Try me! Go ahead, try me. Come on. You haven't got the guts. What you did to BJ proves that.
You shouldn't have said that, Cruz.